Hello students, so today we are going to start our unit second, that is your sports and nutrition. So the topics which we are going to study in this unit are number 1, your balanced diet and nutrition, in which we have to study macro and micronutrition. Second is your nutritive and non-nutritive components of diet. Third is your eating for weight control, a healthy weight, the pitfall of dieting, food intolerance, and food myth. So, we'll start with our first topic, that is balanced diet. So, as you know, all living beings need food for maintaining energy in the body for doing work. The food which we eat is known as diet, but a balanced diet is a diet that contains an adequate quantity of the nutrients that we require in a day. A balanced diet includes 6 main nutrients, that is fats, protein, carbohydrate, fiber, vitamins, and mineral. The ratio between protein, fats, and carbohydrate should be 1:1:4. A balanced diet is essential for growth and maintenance of the body, and being in physical education or being in sports activity, a player or an athlete should need a proper amount of balanced diet to perform all the physical activities. So next is importance of balanced diet. As we all know, a balanced diet is important because it enables us to meet our daily nutritional needs and energy for doing the activities. So number 1 is disease prevention. Eating a balanced diet is the easiest way to protect ourselves from many diseases. Eating in a balanced way boosts our energy level and ensures our body functioning normally. Second importance is meeting nutritional needs. As we know, our daily food intake should include grain, fruits, milk, other dairy products, vegetable, beans, oil, and protein. Healthy food contain vitamin and minerals that boost immunity and serve as natural protection from many common illnesses. Third importance is weight control. Eating a balanced diet can be an important first step towards weight control. A balanced diet helps us to maintain healthy weight. If we are underweight, eating a balanced diet can help to gain weight and maintain the weight gain in the long term. Fourth importance is balanced diet make our immune system healthy. Food rich in vitamin and other nutrients boost immunity. Vitamin E contributes to the production of antibodies, making your immunity system stronger. Fifth importance is proper sleep. Eating a balanced diet enables us not only to sleep better without the using of sleeping pills, but also feel more rested when we wake up. Sixth importance of balanced diet is mental health. Building diet around whole grains, fish, fruit, vegetable, beans, and seeds help one stay in good mental health. Seventh importance is quality of life. Eating a balanced diet is important because it allows us to enjoy life, have more energy, feel less stress, and accomplish more in less time. A balanced diet is the foundation of good health and well being. So, our next topic is nutrition. So, nutrition is the process of consuming food or nourishing liquids, digesting and absorbing them, and using them for health and growth. In other words, we can say that nutrition can be defined into three-part process, that is consumption, digestion, and circulation of the food. Nutrition are components in the food that an organism uses to survive and growth. So nutrition are of two types, that is your macro and micronutrients. So nutrition is divided into two categories, that is macronutrients and micronutrients. So macronutrients includes carbohydrate, fat, protein. In micronutrient, it includes vitamin and mineral. So those nutrients which are required in large amounts are called as macronutrient. These provide energy and are required for growth and maintenance of body to perform activities. These includes carbohydrate, fats, protein and water. So now we'll study one by one. The first macronutrient is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are elements of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in certain proportionate amounts. Carbohydrates are the sugars, starches, and fibers found in fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products. They are the most important source of energy. So, carbohydrates are divided into two types, simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. So, simple carbohydrates are also known as monosaccharides and are those carbohydrates which digest quickly. But in complex carbohydrate, it is known as polysaccharide and these carbohydrate digest slowly. Second point, simple carbohydrates are sweet in taste and soluble in water quickly, such as glucose, but complex carbohydrates are not sweet in taste and are insoluble in water. Third point is simple carbohydrate found naturally in foods such as fruit, milk product, but complex carbohydrates are found in peas, whole grain and vegetable. Second macronutrient is fat. Fat contain carbon, oxygen and hydrogen in the percentage of 76% carbon, 12% oxygen and 12% hydrogen. Fats are composed of fatty acids. They provide more calories as compared to other food. Fats are derived from two sources. Number one is animal sources and number two is vegetable sources. Fats in animal sources consist of meat and dairy products such as milk, butter, cheese, and egg. But in vegetable sources, fat consists of various edible oils of groundnut, mustard, cotton seeds, sunflower, and coconut. There are three types of fats: saturated fats. It is solid at room temperature. It is mostly present in animal food such as milk, cheese, and meat. Saturated fat can raise your cholesterol level. A healthy diet should have less than 10% calories from saturated fat. Second fat is trans fat. It is a fat which is present in processed food, snacks, cookies, etc. Trans fat can raise your cholesterol level, so eat as little trans fat as possible to live healthy. So, third fat is your unsaturated fat. It is liquid at room temperature. It is mostly present in oils from plant. If you eat unsaturated fat instead of saturated fat, it may help to improve your cholesterol level. So unsaturated fats are of two types. Monounsaturated fats, it is present in vegetable oil such as olive and peanut. Second is polyunsaturated fat. It is mostly present in vegetable oil such as sunflower, soya bean and corn oil. Next is functions of fats. So fats has various functions in human body. Number 1 is fats are stored in body and are used as emergency source of energy. Number 2, fats are important source of energy for long duration activities like long distance races, football, basketball, and important for proper functioning of glands and other internal organs. Third is it help in maintenance of skin and hair. Fourth, fats maintain body temperature and protect it from the effect of external temperature. Next is our third macronutrient, that is protein. So protein have a great role in balanced diet. They are basic structures of all living cells. They contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sometimes sulfur. Protein cannot enter directly into our blood, so they are changed into amino acids by our digestive system. Protein help in growth and building new cells and repair of the present one. So there are two sources of protein, that is animal sources and plant sources. So in animal sources it consists of meat, fish, egg, milk, cheese and milk products. And in plant sources it consists of pulses, nuts, beans, peas, corns, dry fruit and food grain, etc. Lack of protein can cause energy deficiency in the body, anemia, low of immunity, loss of weight, dry skin. Next is functions of protein. Protein has various functions in human body. So number 1 is repair and maintenance. Protein is termed as the building block of the body, and it helps in maintaining of body tissues and include development and repair of the tissues. Second is source of energy. Protein is a major source of energy. Third is transportation and storage of molecules. Protein is a major element in transportation of certain molecules. Fourth is antibodies. Protein forms antibodies that help preventing infection, illness and diseases in human body. So fourth macronutrient is your water. Water is very important element of diet. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen elements in 2:1. Our body contains 90% of water. Water helps to regulate nutrients of food in the body. Next is functions of water. So water is very important in a diet. It helps to remove poisonous substance and waste product from the body. It helps in food digestion. It helps to form body fluid, that is plasma of the blood, digestive juices. It protects the bone to become dry. It helps in blood circulation, and it helps to supply mineral salts to the body. So students, your next topic is micronutrients. So micronutrients are nutrients required in small quantity. It includes vitamins and mineral, because human body requires small amount of vitamins and mineral for survival and proper growth and development. So there are two types of micronutrient, that is vitamins and minerals. So now we'll study in brief about vitamins and minerals. So number 1 micronutrient is vitamin. Vitamins are organic chemical required by the body for its various metabolic processes. Vitamins are the best source of energy. They are required in small amount. Lack of vitamin can cause many problems like scurvy, beriberi, rickets, etc. An individual may need very less amount of vitamins every day, and it is in maybe milligrams. So vitamins can be classified into two types, that is your fat soluble and water soluble vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins contain 4 vitamins, that is vitamin A, which is good for growth and keep the skin in good condition. The sources of vitamin A are milk, cod liver oil, yellow vegetables, mango, papaya, etc. Second is vitamin D. Vitamin D helps to keep the teeth and bones stronger. Lack of vitamin D causes rickets in children and bone became weaker. Third is vitamin E. It is required for coagulation of blood. It is used in anti-aging creams because it keeps the skin healthy. Then your fourth is vitamin K. This vitamin is also known as anti-bleeding vitamin. Lack of vitamin causes inability of blood to coagulate. In classification of fat is water soluble vitamins, which include vitamin B complex. In vitamin B complex, it includes a group of 8 water soluble vitamins which are important for cellular metabolism. These are described as vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, vitamin B5, vitamin B6, vitamin B7, vitamin B9, and vitamin B12, which you have to study in brief from your textbook. Second water soluble vitamin is your vitamin C. It is most important for growth and regeneration. It activates enzymes and is useful for tissues. It is also useful for gums, keep them healthy, heal wounds, maintains red cells in the blood, and is good for teeth. So second micronutrient is your mineral. So students, mineral are comprise 4% of our body weight. These are required for various activities such as formation of hormones, maintenance of heartbeat, transmission of nerve impulses. Mineral salts are called protective elements. So we have divided minerals into two categories, that is macrominerals and microminerals. So both the minerals are important for our body, but macrominerals are required in more amount for our body as compared to microminerals. So your macromineral includes sodium. It is needed for the proper functioning of nervous system. Its deficiency can cause cramps and tiredness. Second is calcium. It makes bone and teeth stronger. Third is potassium. It is very important for the formation of tissues and cells in our body. Fourth is magnesium. It helps in proper growth, formation and functions of bone and muscles. Fifth is potassium. It helps to keep nervous system and muscular system fit and active. Sixth is sulfur. It is very important for the formation of brain, nails and hairs. Next is your micromineral. These are required in very less amount. Number 1 is your copper. It helps in the formation of hemoglobin of blood along with the iron. It is present in dry fruits, meat, egg. Second is your iodine. These element is required for keeping thyroid gland healthy. This gland uses iodine to make hormones that affect our growth and development. It is present in salt, fish, seafood, etc. Third is your chromium. It stimulates insulin activities. Its deficiency may cause diabetes. It is present in carrot, tomato, soya bean, groundnuts, etc. Fourth is your cobalt. It helps to protect us from anemia. It is present in milk, meat, green leafy vegetables, etc. Fifth is your iron. Iron is the main salt which helps to constitute blood and helps to produce hemoglobin. Lack of iron can cause anemia. It is present in liver, eggs, meat, onion, pulses, dry fruits, etc. So students, till now we have completed our first topic, that is balanced diet and nutrition, in which we have completed macro and micronutrients. So students, these are the important questions of this topic. So go through your textbook and try to find the answers of these questions. So in your next class, we'll continue with your next topic, that is your nutritive and non-nutritive components of diet.